back here, you internet reviewing sumbitch. You've got a review to do.
I could have been something!
Yeah, that's what they all say.
特撮実写特殊効果を多用した実写映画やテレビ番組を指す用語。ある男性が日本の最もクレイジーで象徴的な子供向け番組を鑑賞し分析するという任務を引き受けた。 What time is it?
There was a little Spanish flea, a record star he thought he'd be. He heard of singers like Beatles, the chipmunks he's seen on TV. Why not a little Spanish flea? And so...
Oh hey, I'm Easy Rider and welcome to Shin Toku time. The one, the real, the true Toku time. Everybody got that? Good. And it's time to put it in drive. I love cars. No, if I could be serious for a moment, cars are freaking awesome. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved them. Kit from Knight Rider, the DeLorean, the Hemikuda from Phantasm, the Testarossa from Miami Vice. I love them all. Those are all cars I grew up loving. And I couldn't wait till I was old enough to drive. Then I found out I was legally blind in one eye, so no driver's license for me. That's why they call me Easy Rider and not Easy Driver. But I digress. I've been getting requests for this show for a while, and I promised it a long time ago, but I'm surprised at how many requests this one Sentai series has gotten. Will you please do Gekisou Sentai Carranger, please? That's my request for you. Do Carranger. Carranger, 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 Carranger. All right! Hey, I'm getting some kind of deja vu here.
RPM, 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 RPM.
All right! So yeah. You all asked for it, and I deliver. This is Gekisou Sentai Carranger.
Gekisou Sentai Carranger!
Airing in 1996, Racing Squadron Carranger is the 20th production of Super Sentai. And of course, footage from this show was used for one of the most polarizing seasons of Power Rangers, Power Rangers Turbo. Aren't you going to mention how Carranger saved the Super Sentai franchise after the old Ranger situation? False! Okay, for all of those who missed it before, let's go over this one more time. Carranger was more lighthearted due to the sarin gas attack I mentioned in the O-Ranger review. But that's not all. Carranger is not, repeat, not the Super Sentai series that saved the franchise. In an interview, actor Yuji Kishi, who plays the Red Senshi for this show, even admitted that there was no one on the set who ever thought that or even mentioned it, so let's never bring it up again, okay? Ever. Now get out, will you? Seraph, slam the door in his face for me, please. Ow, my nose! I will say Carranger is different. Well, if you've been a Tokusatsu fan long enough, this show has gotten a reputation for being very, very silly. Almost a parody of the very franchise it's a part of. Honestly, much like Akiba Ranger, at the end of the day, this show is unreviewable. It'd be like including Spaceballs in a Star Wars retrospective. What's the point? But you all demanded it, so who am I not to give the people what they want? Let's see if Carranger is going the extra mile or is just running on empty. Roll it! We start off with, say, looks like the Borg finally traded up that old junker of a cube for a sweet new model. Spherical. Nice. We start with a little backstory on the planet Hazard. Everything was fine and dandy until them Duke boys rolled into town and started trouble. Nah, just kidding. But it was a nice place to live until the universal reckless driving tribe Bozak arrived. Man, you said a mouthful. And yes, I am aware that Bozak is a play on the biker gang from Japan known as Bozuzoku. Japanese wordplay. It's fun. Hey look, it's the baby from Dinosaurs all grown up.
Mama! Not the mama!
So these guys take all the treasures from the planet and destroy it. You sure these guys don't tempt for Frieza? Later at Not the Bar from Mos Eisley, we're introduced to the eye candy for this show. Normally here's where I play some corny, sexy sounding music to go with her entrance, but I don't have to. The show does it for me. Meet Zonette. She's the first of many sexed-up Sentai villains in this franchise that will be played by adult film stars. I'm not even joking. Look it up, you horn dogs. Ugh, you guys drooling and worshipping a Sentai villain. Have you no shame?
Oh, that reminds me, Easy. Your latest Gravere magazines came in the mail, the ones with Udonna's actress.
Wow, you couldn't have picked a worse time to say that, best buddy. Thanks. So let's meet the rest of the villains for this show. President Dynamo, and no, he doesn't sing opera or shoot lightning blasts, as cool as that would be. Elgar! Oh, thank God it's not him. This is Zelmoda, who is hopefully not as annoying as his turbo counterpart is. Grotch, the inventor/brains of the team, suggests targeting Ursh next. And no, that is not a typo on the subtitles. It's an exaggerated pronunciation of the word Chikyu. Oh no, not planet Ursh! Anywhere but planet Ursh, you guys! Think of all the poor innocent Urshlings and what will become of Ursh Day!
Chikyu? とっても素敵。
ガイナモ
なんだゼルモだ。
とぼけんな。ゾンネっての尻舐めてる場合じゃねえぞ。
The stuff they're getting away with on kids shows these days.
Well, thankfully the plot is here to get in their way. They see 5 colored constellations and someone exposits what it is like an idiot.
なんだありゃ。
この5つの光こそまさしく惑星ハザードに長く伝わる星座伝説激走戦隊カーレンジャーの輝き。
激走戦隊カーレンジャー。
この宇宙が邪悪に襲われた時車をかたどった5つの星座が輝きを持つ5人の若者にクルマジックパワーを与えて激走戦隊カーレンジャーに変身させる。
He realizes they must be on Ursh, and Dynamo realizes they have a spy amongst them. Meet Dapu, the last survivor of Hazard. He makes a hasty escape to Ursh to find those 5. We then cut to an auto shop on Ursh, and we see these 5 ambitious youngsters who all have the same goal, to build the cars of their dreams. How convenient. They even have the toys, I mean models, already set up so they know what to make. The hothead Kyosuke here gets fed up working for the man until the cars glow and Dapu appears before them. He realizes that they are his car rangers. He tells them what they must do, and naturally they have a hard time believing it.
俺たちが宇宙の平和を守る激走戦隊カーレンジャー？
さあ
ちょっと待ってよ。
待てない。宇宙の暴走族暴族がすぐそこまで来ている。
わけのわからないこと言いやがって。
Dapu makes a secret base for them using car magic, a special kind of magic that basically does anything the script calls for. Alright, sure, play it now, get it out of the way.
Magic!
Shut up, you weirdo.
It sucks them in and Dapu gives them the tour. He then gives them go-karts? No, these are speeder machines. He then gives them their changers for this show called Excel Changers. But no time to explain how they work, the Bozok followed Dapu to Ursh. They send down a BB-8 which spawns out multicolored disposable grunts for this show called Wumpers. And no, I will not be referencing every reference to a car part or vehicle in this show. My reviews are long enough already. Dynamo sees that the cars here are under human control, so he turns the vehicles against them.
兵器となって人間たちを支配せよ。
My God. The Bozok were responsible for maximum overdrive. It all makes sense now. When these five legitimately don't want to do this, and who can blame them, Dapu gives a rousing pep talk to convince them. Oh wait, no, scratch that. He tortures them, ties them up, and literally drags them to where the bad guys are.
宇宙の平和を守る激走戦隊カーレンジャー
Oh, okay. I don't care if that makes no sense. Anytime anything weird or unexplainable happens in this show, I just want to cut back to that reaction. That's beautiful. Thank you, series, for giving me another clip to run into the ground. Thank you. Kyosuke asked the real question here.
どうして俺たちがあんな会社で働きながら激走戦隊カーレンジャーにならなきゃいけないんだよ。給料税込みで19万3000円でどうして宇宙の平和まで守らなきゃいけないわけ？
Wow, I'm starting to like this team. They know they're getting crappy pay and no benefits. They know they're getting ripped off. That's gotta be a Sentai first. Dapu says screw it and says that he'll do it himself. Use your car magic, you reject from a Disney ride. Use it to, I don't know, levitate all the Bozok into the sun or something. Nah, I'm pretty sure we'll get a BS explanation as to why he can't do that sooner or later.
You see how much sense it makes.
Well, maybe if you'd moved it with that big deal brain of yours.
I'm not that omnipotent, Pearl.
He then goes at it alone and lasts about 2 seconds with Zelmoda here. This finally gets their attention. With his dying breath, he tells them about the tragedy of his home planet and his mother.
宇宙の平和は星座伝説の激走戦隊カーレンジャーが守ってくれるでしょう。我が息子ダップよ。はい。クルマジックパワーの使い手となって激走戦隊カーレンジャーを探すのです。
He pleads with these 5 unlikely heroes to stand and fight, and he's gone. A moment of silence for the Muppet who tied us up, kidnapped us, and gave us go-karts. He will be missed. And that's enough of that. Moving on. The 5 of them take the keys to their Excel changers, and it's time to get the motor running.
俺たちは激走戦隊カーレンジャーになる決意をした。
The Car Rangers are alive and kicking. And so is Dapu. Yep, he faked them out. I'm a manipulative bastard. Gotta love me. Well, while they argue with the faker here, the Bozok, went to lunch? Where'd they go? Wow, everyone has made jokes about the villains waiting around for the heroes to transform, plus the roll call, because it seems to apparently take forever. But this show actually acknowledged it. This one actually did it. I'm starting to like this show. It's self-aware. The cars are still attacking people, but help is on the way. No, you look great. You look great. Keep going, guys. Seriously. Not silly at all. Our heroes get the first roll call of the show out of the way and save them from the cars by shutting them off. Well, that was easy. They battled the disposable grunts while showing off their nifty weapons to the kiddies. They eventually stopped the Berserk fire truck by shooting it. Guess they couldn't turn that one off for some reason. Red Racer goes after Dynamo himself and manages to land a hit. The others join in until the boss calls for a retreat. Dapu celebrates their first victory.
君たちなかなかやるだっぷ。
こうして俺たちは激走戦隊カーレンジャーとなった。
And that's when we beat the snot out of that little alien liar for using us to do his dirty work. Okay, that doesn't really happen, but I can dream, can't I? Well, let's get to know our team since we have to eventually. We saw Kyosuke, the energetic one who dreams of racing cars. Naoki, the cool-headed youngster who loves to design cars. Minoru, the clumsy but kind-hearted salesman. Natsumi, the mechanic who can fix anything with her magic wrench. Don't ask. And Yoko, the girly girl who is a secretary at the garage. If it sounds like I'm just skimming over their character bios, think again. Believe it or not, this show doesn't give them as much character development as you would think. We then see this goofy driver pull into the team's place of business called Pegasus Garage. Hey, it's Biggles! Shouldn't he be flying a plane, though, not driving a car? This is the owner of the garage, Soichiro Tenma. He babbles on until Dapu comes out and puts him to sleep so he can reveal new toys for our heroes to use. Speaking of which, now is a good time as any to get to the arsenal! All 5 of our heroes come equipped with one Auto Blaster and one Viblade. By pulling on the rear catch, the Auto Blaster can become the Auto Punisher, which can fire even stronger blasts. The Viblade can also be supercharged for stronger attacks. The team then gets a Formula 1 racing car? No, this is Giga Formula. This mini Formula 1 race car can split into 5 individual weapons for the Car Rangers to use. Fender Sword, Muffler Guns, Engine Cannon, Side Knuckles, and Bumper Bow. All 5 weapons can be reassembled into the team's cannon, the Formula Nova. Back on the bad guy's ship, the Baribarian, the so-called president here eye-humped Zonette some more, and she wants him to blow up the Ursh like fireworks.
Boom! Like happy festival fireworks, yeah?
He tries to impress her with some regular fireworks, but she says it's not the same. President Simp then kills some barflies who laugh at him for getting rejected. Punishing the working class, can't think for himself, and he's dating a porn star? Yep, he's a president, all right. We then get a visit from our first monster of the week for this show. They're called the Grotsky. This one is BB Dompa, the so-called Beethoven of outer space. Yes, all these monsters have names starting with the first 2 letters and all have a different occupation and skill that you would probably find only on planet Ursh because shut up. They just do. Meanwhile, Kyosuke trains on his own and decides to have a snack. Oh yes, Texas dogs. We're well known for our hot dogs. New York hot dogs? Suck it. Chicago hot dogs? Pfft, amateurs. But before we can find out what a Texas dog is, and I would love to know if that's a real thing or not, BB Donpa shows up and reveals he can control vehicles by their horns, and enough noise pollution will annoy aliens and they will destroy Ursh. Huh? Are you seeing why I said this didn't need a review? Do I have to point out the insanity here? It seems like a moot point. But I've already started, so what's next? Well, long story short, our heroes use the new cannon. BB Dompa returns in humiliation instead of, growing. We'll get to that. And Dynamo is pissed. Then this happens. Yeah, I got nothing. There's nothing I can say or do that'll make that funnier or make it make more sense, so... And we're walking, and we're walking... Later, Dapu does his best to whip this team into shape. Oh, hell, it's been too long. Training montage! During another attack, the team's boss, Mr. Tenma, and his family are taken hostage. Kyosuke, probably hating his boss, refuses to go, saying that all 5 of them aren't needed for this, and focuses on his own work. Wow, a selfish Red Senshi. You didn't see that very often back in the 90s, or the 80s. Of course, nowadays they're all crazy, obnoxious with repetitive catchphrases, or just plain insane in some cases. But after the Monster of the Week infects the car he was driving, Kyosuke realizes he was acting stupid and that the others need his help after all. Haven't used this clip in a while.
I'll say this only once. A team is not a team if you don't give a damn about one another.
So the team is acting like a cohesive unit, and they save the family. I wish I could save my boss. I would lord that over him for the rest of my days. By now some of you are screaming, get to the mechs, EZ, get to the mechs for this show. Well, about that, it's complicated. But I'll try to explain as best I can, so try to keep up with me, okay? Later, Grotch goes down to Ursh and meets a boy named Ichitaro. He just happens to be the son of our hero's boss. He introduces him to delicious Ursh food.
地球の美味しいものいい。
地球の美味しいもの？
うんうん。
ああ、地球の美味しいもの。
うんうん。
いっぱいあるけど。
言って言って。
たこ焼き。
ああ、ちょっと待っててね。これと。
何それ？
電卓。たこ焼きと。それから
フライドチキン。
フライドチキンとはいいなり寿司とそれから
芋ようかん。
芋ようかん。次は
それぐらいかな。
腹減った。
Grotch takes the boy hostage and uses him to get more Ursh food to try. He's gonna start a Let's Try on TikTok, isn't he? He tries this sweet treat called Imo Yokan. This causes Grotch to grow giant size. The Car Rangers show up and try to attack him, but as you may expect, it doesn't do jack. Grotch then suddenly shrinks down back to normal size and he begs them to forgive him for what he did. But Zelmoda shows up to save his bacon. Back on the ship, Grotch tells Dynamo he can enlarge the Gorotsky.
That came out wrong.
Later, our heroes ask Dapu why he can't just use his car magic to stop a giant Bozak. And he says that there's a limit to what it can do. Called it! Translation, he can only use his car magic when it's central to the plot or for some Deus Ex, etc., etc. You know. I've been around the block a time or two, kiddies. So how do they fight a giant monster, you ask?
大きな敵を倒すにはやっぱり僕たちも大きくならなきゃダメなんじゃないですか？
おう、さすがブルーレーサー。なかなか冴えたこと言いよるの。
Judges? I'm sorry, Blue Boy, but giant-sized heroes have already been claimed by another show. This franchise's bread and butter is giant robots. Well, at least it was until these things came around. Kyosuke then realizes they can use the model cars they built. Dapu says that they just happen to match the 5 constellations, and together they can become something great.
Something good. Something decent.
Something pure.
They take the car models, and Dapu uses his amulet to make them into the mechs for the show. Here's something you don't see every day. The team reads instructions for their new mechs, because apparently car magic can also make instructions for them to read. Go figure. Grotch gives the Monster of the Week some Imo Yokan, trying to make it grow big, but unfortunately it has the opposite effect. Why? Turns out the kind he gave him was convenience store Imo Yokan and not made by a pastry chef. I wish I was joking.
じゃあグラッチが食べたのは
芋町の芋ようかんだよ。
He proves it by feeding one to a space cockroach, and gah! It's the Orkin man's worst nightmare.
すごい
Well, given my history with Sentai shows I've looked at in the past, for making giant-sized monsters we've seen staffs thrown into the ground, bombs, bugs, and small robots. This one takes the cake. Or should I say takes the emo yokon. Waka waka! Grotch buys some of the real stuff from a real chef, I don't know where they got Japanese currency, but whatever, and feeds it to this monster which grows giant-sized. Looks like it works. By the way, this thing looks familiar.
What's the matter? You scared? Noticeably?
Now here's a puzzler. If Grotch can make one monster grow, why doesn't he buy just all the emo yokon he can, feed it to all the Bluesky and the generals, then you'd have an army of giants. You could take over Ursh in no time. Why don't they just do that?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Damn it, Gosei! Meanwhile, our heroes are having lunch, and Ichitaro comes in and tells them there's a giant monster in town. They are excited because now they get to face one. Well, there's another first in Sentai. They run out, transform, and call on their ranger vehicles, or RVs for short. Well, time to get the first mech battle over with. They dock their go-karts into the RVs, and it's time to bring them all together.
Oh, they're driving angry.
Then it just becomes a demolition derby. All we're missing is an ice cream truck, and this would be Twisted Metal. Zelmoda and the grunts in their vehicles actually try to stop them from bringing all five together. Again, A for effort. But of course, they do anyway. Besides, if they didn't, the show just kind of sits there.
やるじゃん。
任せてよ。ドキドキしましたよ。
完璧やん。
今度は俺の番だぜ。みんな待ってろよ。そうはいかん。ぶっ飛ばして。バカとしつこいやつだ。こんな時どうすればいいんだ。非常ボタン。
Killer! Thanks, series. I really needed another Scream Myself Awake nightmare. And now they have a full mecha, RV Robo. The bad guys, I kid you not, literally turn around and leave. They face down this giant monster, and like most Sentai mechas, it has a giant sword. Time to hit the road. Okay, whoa. I've got to ask this question. This has bugged me ever since I saw it the first time in Power Rangers Turbo. This finisher is neat and everything, but how in the holy fies do those guys not throw up in their helmets during that attack? I'm serious. I'm no scientist or anything, but I mean, look at how fast they're going. And it shows them spinning, not sitting still. They must be doing at least 4 Gs. It's like how James Bond almost died in Moonraker. And if they weren't tossing their cookies, they would have at least blacked out from the centrifugal force. And keep in mind, they're just civilians, not highly trained astronauts. They were not trained to handle this kind of strain on the human body. I know I'm overthinking it, but that's just always bugged the crap out of me. Just why?
Why? Because it's science, that's why.
Our heroes celebrate their win and Dynamo drinks after the loss. First sensible Sentai villain I've seen. He drinks to deal with his problems, I see. During another fight in abandoned warehouse number 25, Kyosuke is outnumbered until...
まさか。お前は。
Don't you know anything, Kyosuke? It's obviously RoboCop.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
This off-brand metal hero says he's here to stop the Bozok from causing, and I quote, traffic wars.
本艦は宇宙交通戦争を引き起こしている宇宙暴走族暴族を取り締まりに宇宙警察のポリス制から宇宙警察のポリス制この地域に地域じゃない地球だ単身赴任してきた正義の交通ルールを守りましょう正義の交通ルールを守りましょう
He introduces himself as Signalman Police Coburn. Again, you said a mouthful. That's a long name. That's like calling this guy RoboCop Crime Prevention Unit Alex Murphy. Silly, isn't it? So Moda orders the Wumpers to attack him, and Signalman turns his nifty badge, the Signalizer, into a bitchin' baton to handle them. Oh, it's also a taser. Reminds me of those glow rods in Demolition Man.
Would you guys just listen? Your guns don't work!
Signalman can also turn his Signalizer into a gun, too. After the Bozok retreat, Red Racer goes after them, but Signalman, on his police bike called Police Speeder, pulls him over. He even gives him a ticket for speeding. Hey, dumbass, you just let the bad guys get away. Or do you have a ticket quota you have to fill?
Can we speed this up, please? You may have nothing to do. I have things to do today, okay?
No, we can't, so will you shut up?
He then asks Red Racer how he knows the Bozok. He introduces himself, and Signalman says he's never heard of him, or the Carrangers. Don't feel so bad, Kyosuke. I've been analyzing these shows for 16 years, and no one's heard of me either. God, what have I been doing with my life? Dynamo tells his men that he and Signalman do indeed have history. Dynamo is mad because Signalman gave him the brush off and didn't bust him at all. He says he's going to get revenge on Signalman for snubbing him. Okay then. So they lure him into a trap. The others show up and they want to help him, but Signalman tells them to stay out of this.
宇宙交通戦争を引き起こす暴族は本艦が撲滅する
俺らは
何どうしてですか
カーレンジャーはこの線下がってはい下がって下がって出ちゃダメよ
何すんねん
カーレンジャーの諸君本艦の芸術的な戦いを鑑賞していなさい
Signalman, you're only the second most annoying cop I've come across in Tokusatsu. Okay, third most annoying. So after he gets caught in a net and almost smashed by the monster of the week who goes giant-sized, our heroes reluctantly come to his rescue in RV Robo. Once that monster is history, Signalman walks up and he now agrees they should work together to stop the Bozok. Good to see he's wised up. But he sees that they're parked in an illegal zone and goes to write them tickets. But they speed off before he can and he chases after them.
Respect my authority!
Dynamo hatches a plan to trap this meddling flatfoot, again. Zanette disguises herself as a beautiful lady with an umbrella. She comes to Signalman crying, saying that the Carrangers beat up someone close to her.
Surely you're not going to be taken in by that old gag. Isn't she lovely?
And of course, like an idiot and without asking them first, Signalman turns on the Carrangers and begins fighting them. This is also the first time Zonette meets our heroes, including Red Racer. Oh, trust me, we'll come back to this later. Unfortunately. She then feeds the monster of the week so he grows big. He goes to end our team, but help is on the way. A giant cop car. Meet Signalman's personal mecha, Sirender.
Stand up! Sirender!
It comes with handcuffs, a hidden blade / Rambo knife, a siren shield, and you guessed it, siren lasers. And my own personal favorite, Siren Vulcan. Time to use lethal force. Our heroes celebrate with Signalman and the team makes some half-assed excuse as to why they couldn't call their RVs. Well, we had to find a way to get you to show off your personal mech somehow, Signalman. I guess the Carrangers could have said they were in the shop. They wouldn't be entirely wrong, would they? Well, we're up to episode 14, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up that Carranger got a second theme song. Sort of.
Carranger!
Technically, it's more of an up-tempo version of the first one, but still, it's different and a first for Super Sentai history. It's not a completely different song like... Ugh, don't get me started on that. Anywho, Zonette begins to have dreams about marrying... Red Racer? What the fies?
この男の妻となることを誓うか?
誓います。
Man, that girl is in LUV love.
レッドレッサー様。
ゾンネット。
What the... Oh, thank you, Dynamo.
これって？
そりゃ恋だね。
恋？
まあ頑張ってくださいよ。一つおまけ。
Okay, Don, sing it. So So our bad baddie here decides she has to figure out what she's feeling. Zonette finds out by, what else, reading manga to learn what to do next, and she gets the idea to attack him with a love letter. Yep, we're really doing this.
やっぱこれって恋なんだ。
Yellow Ranger, what is love?
恋に気づいたらラブレター持ってアタックあるのに。そっか。アタックか。レッドレーサー様。
You know, with all the Sentai Isekai stories we've been getting lately, I would not be surprised at all if they turned this love story into one next.
Someone already did it.
You know, I really gotta stop doing that, me and my big mouth. She sends another monster named Gigi Groki to attack and get Red Racer's attention. When he does show up, she jumps down from her flying car. That's a thing she has, apparently. I don't know, maybe Dynamo bought it for her. Who knows?
私を受け止めて。ゾネット、ラブアタック。
Hey stud, is that an auto blaster in your pants or are you just happy to see me? She gives him the love letter and naturally he's confused. Red Racer gets tackled during battle so hard he powers down. Zonette attacks Kyosuke, not realizing that he and Red Racer are one and the same person.
なんだよ一体。
お待ち、一般市民。
Yes, hand over that letter, strange person wearing red who is in no way the man I love. But she retreats when the other Car Rangers show up. Zonette then gets another idea from the manga. Once the monster is giant-sized, he doesn't attack, but rather paints a message on the side of a building for Red Racer. Zonette shows him the message and gives him a gift. She then asks him if he'll go steady with her. Ew, you got your high school drama in my Kids Sunday Morning Action series. Hopefully the next Sentai series doesn't have that problem at all. But he says he can't. She keeps asking and he refuses.
ダメだってそんなこと言っても。
あなたが欲しいものなんだってあげちゃうから。バリバリアンの一周旅行だってさせてあげる。カーレンジャーが人手不足ならワンパー何人か子分にしてもいいから。だからね。
もういい加減にしてくれよ。
Dude, are you insane? Say yes! For 3 reasons. 1, she's offering you access to the Bozok ship. You could plant a bomb and take out all the bad guys in one fell swoop. 2, you could lure Zonette away to the good side, hurting Dynamo, because he obviously can't think properly without her around. 3, and this is a tiny little thing, you may have overlooked this, but she's freaking hot as hell and you can't teach that? What is wrong with you? He then asks her to close her eyes for a second. She thinks he's going to kiss her, but he vanishes. Kyosuke then appears and said he has a message for her from Red Racer, saying that he is shy and that he can't be her boyfriend because they come from 2 different worlds.
そんな。
Look, you can actually pinpoint the moment her heart breaks in 2. And there. Wow, Kyosuke. You didn't have to be the most dickish Red Senshi in the franchise's history right out of the gate. Slow down. Ease into it a little. You're making Don Momotaro from Don Brothers look like a saint. He transforms again, comes back to Zonette, and says they can at least still be friends.
友達から始めたっていいよな。そうだ。友達から始めればいいんだ。友達から。
Oh, no, Kyosuke, you didn't. You tried to friend zone her?
We can still be friends.
Friends? Friends?
Wrong thing to say? Is it ever the right thing?
Zonette leaves in a huff, heartbroken and pissed off. I can't say I blame her. Well, after enough humiliating losses to the Carrangers, the Bozok realize that they are in a slump, and they need help. Grotch reveals a leaflet they received about an evil consultant who can help them. For a price. Dynamo tells Grotch to call him, and boom, there he is. That was fast. So, Rich Hiker asks what he can help them with, and Dynamo tells him about the Carrangers. Meanwhile, Signalman moves his base to outside the garage, and he asks the kids where the Carrangers are. They have to keep their identity secret for some reason, so they play dumb. Why can't they just tell Signalman who they are? Why all the secrecy? Oh wait, stop, I forgot. Comedy filler. What was I thinking? Our heroes change and head out. They go to abandoned warehouse number 13 and find Richie Hiker teaching a monster? Wait, what? Man, looks like JJ the jet plane had a hard life after his show ended. Another child star turned to crime. Sad, really. Richie Hiker says that he's trying to straighten the Bozok out, obviously setting a trap for our heroes. But Signalman shows up and begins to argue with them. He then recognizes Richie Hiker. Signalman, they should transfer you to missing persons. You know everybody. Seriously, John Wick didn't have this many contacts. He goes to arrest him, but our heroes are duped into believing he's here to help them. Richie Hiker swipes his signalizer and the others escort him out.
Signalman. とにかく奴の口から私の正体がばらされる前に奴を片付けなくては。
Richie Hiker then leads the cop into yet another trap. Is it just me or does Signalman fall into a lot of traps? For a space cop, he's pretty gullible. Kinda reminds me of these other 3 cops who didn't know their best friends were thieves in the night. But that's another story. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
Springfield cops are on the take. But what do you expect for the money we make? Whether in a car or on a horse, we don't mind using excessive force. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
お待ちしておりました。お忘れですか、シグナルマン。私、リッチハイカー教授の正体は宇宙の悪のコンサルタントです。この度はボーゾックに雇われまして。何？カーレンジャーを倒す前にお前を片付けます。貴様は？今見て。リッチャー。
Speaking of gullible, Richie Hiker continues to fool the Carrangers, but Signalman reveals he recorded his plans on his signalizer.
お忘れですか、シグナルマン。私、リッチハイカー教授の正体は宇宙の悪のコンサルタントです。この度はボーゾックに雇われまして。 何？カーレンジャーを倒す前にお前を片付けます。もう少しでカーレンジャーを倒せるところだったのに。
Busted Richie. After our 6 heroes team up to take down JJ, Richie Hiker retreats back to the ship and gives Dynamo a bill. He says he's not going to pay this bill, so it looks like we're not getting rid of Richie Hiker here for a long time. You didn't see it, but they cut out the part where the free trial ended, and he offered them Richie Hiker Plus for $9.99 a month, or $99 a year annually.
危なかったな。いや、カーレンジャーなんて楽勝じゃないですか。お茶目とさいさいお任せください。まあ今回は JJ ジェットン君が今一つ力不足だったかな。さてと本日のコンサルタント料は初回特別記念割引ということで1800万。どうです？お安いです。なんだこれは。ダメじゃあ1万8000。ダメだ。じゃあ1800。お願いただにして。ああ